All right, let's talk about Christmas, but probably not the Christmas you're thinking of. Today, we are diving deep into what Christmas is actually like in China. And trust me, it's not what you think.
So let me ask you something. When you think of Christmas, what pops into your head? Is it, big family gatherings, religious services, or maybe you're just really excited about getting a day off work? Just kind of keep that idea in your mind for a second.
Because here's the twist. In China, December 25th, it's just another Tuesday, or whatever day of the week it falls on. It is a completely normal workday. That's right, offices are open, schools are running, everything is business as usual.
Yeah, so that brings us to our first big point here. It's just another workday. And I love how one of our sources put it. They said, Jesus did not negotiate this one. It's just not an official holiday. It's not on the calendar. So can you imagine? You walk up to your boss in China and you're like, hey, can I have December 25th off for Christmas? Their reaction would probably be something like, what are you talking about? I mean, it makes sense, right? If it's not a public holiday, it's just not a reason to skip work. Okay, so if it's not a religious thing and it's not a public holiday, then what is it? Well, that's where things get really interesting. It's all about couples and commerce. See, Christmas has been kind of adopted and totally remixed into something brand new. Especially for the younger generation, Christmas has basically split into two big things. On one hand, it's become a dating festival. Seriously, Christmas Eve is like a couple's night. Think of it as Valentine's Day 2.0, just, a lot colder. And on the other hand, it's a huge commercial festival. It's a discount day, a massive excuse for everyone to go to the mall. Okay, now we get to my absolute favorite part of this whole story. It's probably the most unique, kind of surprising tradition I've ever heard of. We're talking about the Christmas apple. And yes, the subtitle is a pun-believable tradition for a very, very good reason. So here's how it works. It's all about a little bit of linguistic magic. In Mandarin, the word for Christmas Eve is Pingan. That translates to peaceful night. Now the word for apple, it's pingua. You hear that? Pingan, pingua. They sound super similar. So because of that sound-alike, this whole new tradition just popped up. You give people an apple on Christmas Eve as a way of wishing them a peaceful and safe year. How cool is that? And listen, we're not talking about just grabbing an apple from the fruit bowl. Oh no, these are luxury gifts. We're talking apples wrapped in fancy paper, put inside these beautiful, sometimes golden boxes, tied with ribbons. Some of them even have words like peace printed right onto the apple skin. It's so elaborate that a single one of these apples can go for, get this, the equivalent of $30 for one apple. And this just perfectly sums up the whole vibe behind it. One person we looked at said, this is peak Chinese logic. If it sounds similar, we're doing it. And honestly, you've got to love that. It's this amazing modern tradition that was born entirely from a clever little pun.
So you have the apple tradition, which is awesome, but right alongside that, you have the whole commercial side, which is absolutely massive. And that brings us to what we're calling a practical tradition. Because for so many people, Christmas really boils down to three things: malls, discounts, and memories.
And when we say discounts, we mean discounts. We're not talking about like 10% off. It is completely normal to see signs for 50% off everywhere you look. The deals are so good that it literally makes people stop in their tracks and go shopping. It's almost like a sport. Knowing when to buy things to get the best price is a real skill. And there's this great personal story from one of our sources that just captures this perfectly. He said when he was a little kid, he didn't really get what percentages were, but whenever he heard those Christmas sale announcements over the mall speakers, he knew exactly what was happening. He said, I knew one thing. It meant my mom started walking faster. I think we can all relate to that. So when you put it all together, Christmas in China is, well, it's different. It's lighter, it's more practical, it doesn't have the big family dinners or the religious meaning you might be used to. But you know what? It has its own modern purpose. It's become a reason for couples to have a special night, for friends to share a clever gift, and for families to just spend some time together, even if it's just walking through a mall. It's just such a fascinating example of how a holiday can be completely reinterpreted by a different culture. It's a great reminder that the spirit of connection, well, it can show up anywhere, even in a simple pun about an apple. So with that, I'll just say, have a very peaceful apple.